So, this is David Hofmann, who's a chair with Vistage Baltimore. David, you have an interesting story. You were a member for 10 years and then you became a Vistage chair. So tell us briefly about your experience as a member.
Yes, I was a member for 10 years. I had an employee who had actually left my company when I was CEO and had taken over his family business and told me about something called tech, which eventually became Vistage, and said, you know, Dave, you ought to think about this. I just joined. And so I met with the chair, and I was not a joiner, which I find that many CEOs tend to keep to themselves more than they probably should. So I went and visited the group and joined and stayed for 10 years.
And so why did you decide to become a chair at the end of that?
Well, when I was a member, I built my company, sold it, and the Vistage Group was very instrumental in helping me orchestrate that sale and do it in a way that was beneficial to the shareholders, to my stakeholders. Stayed with the firm that acquired the company for like 4 years, and then got recruited to become a CEO of another firm and stayed a member for that entire time.
And you got encouragement from the members to become a chair.
During my last stint as a CEO, I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with the next phase of my career. And it's a long process. It took about 18 months for my members, my chair, and eventually my spouse, who independently said, why don't you become a Vistage chair, to make the leap. And what everyone saw in me was I really enjoyed working with people who wanted to take the next step in their careers. I mentored second and third generation members of family businesses along the way. And they just saw that's when I tended to be the most passionate and the most excited. So I eventually decided to do that about 3 years ago.
And so you've got 3 very successful groups. You've got 2 small business groups and a trusted advisor group. So what kind of CEO would be a perfect match for your small business group?
I have been fortunate. I have built my groups very quickly and have gotten recognition within Vistage for that. And they're technically, in Vistage terminology, full. I always have room for great new members. And what I'm looking for are CEOs who understand that they've taken the risks for various reasons and want to get balance, want to move to the next level, that are open-minded and want to continuously learn and progress, both personally and in their business.
So what about the trusted advisor group?
The trusted advisor group, I was invited by another chair who had, after he got to know me for a little bit, his group was not doing well, and he asked me to come in and help him rebuild the group. And so since I like to take risks now and then, I said sure. And I was flattered that he asked me to do it. And for 2 years we did it as co-chairs, and starting this January I took the group over myself.
So I think what I want to focus on is the trusted advisor group. So I'll say, Dave, you've got a trusted advisor group. What is a trusted advisor and what type of person would be good in that group?
Trusted advisor groups consist of members who tend to be in the professional services field and provide services to typical members.
Accountants,
of small
attorneys.
Business, yeah, accountants, attorneys. So my small business or chief executive members would tend to use people like them as they grow and expand their businesses. So it's very important in the trusted advisor group that the chemistry with me be such that I'm willing to introduce them, invite them to my group meetings, my small business or chief executive group meetings, and provide them exposure to those folks who will make their own decisions as to whether they want to eventually use their services or not.
Dave, if I have a one-to-one with you, how will we start the meeting?
Well, it depends on what's going on. One of the things I ask the members to be prepared to talk about is what's their biggest decision that they're facing or kind of hesitating in making, what isn't working today in their company, what significant changes have occurred, and how their key subordinates, their key executives are doing.
Well, great. Dave, thanks so much.
Thank you.